I remember the first few years in my marriage. I used to shut down in arguments with my wife. I thought I was being calm and reasonable, just trying not to make things worse. Until one day she told me what it felt like to be on the other side of my silence. She said, "It feels like you have left the room even when you are still standing there." That sentence broke something in me because I realized the silence I thought was protecting our marriage was slowly breaking it apart. If your partner has ever said something similar to you, this message is for you. Because what you call calm is actually a survival pattern, a pattern that started in a home you grew up in long before you met the person you love, and it can be healed. Stay with me because the third step is where everything changed for me. My name is Samuel Abraham, relationship educator, author, mentor, married 20 years this August. Today, I want to show you 4 ways childhood teaches you to shut down, why your body does it before your mind catches up, and 3 steps that helped me learn to stay present in conflict, even when every part of me wanted to disappear. So, drop a comment below right now. When conflict starts in your relationships, what do you do? Number one, shut down completely. Number two, get loud and defensive. Number three, leave the room. Number four, try to fix it immediately. Drop a number. I read every comment. 80% of people who shut down in arguments learn that pattern before age 10. 80%. You're obviously dealing with an inheritance here, not a weakness. So let's discuss these 4 patterns. Pattern 1, the stone wall. This pattern is the one most people recognize. You go completely silent, your face becomes blank, you shut down so fully your partner feels like they are talking to a wall. Back then, this was my pattern. I would sit on the couch, eyes forward, saying nothing, while my wife urged me to engage. I told myself I was being calm. She told me I was being absent. She was right. That pattern was formed in a home where speaking my truth made things worse. Silence kept the peace. Silence made things better. And it also kept me invisible. Pattern 2 is more subtle because it looks like reasonable behavior. Pattern 2 is the walk away. You physically leave the room, sometimes mid sentence. You tell yourself you need space. Isn't that what we say these days? But what you really need is escape. You learned this in a home where staying meant absorbing something you could not handle. So you learn to survive by leaving. And now you leave the people who love you, trying to protect yourself from a danger that no longer exists. Pattern 3 is the one nobody recognizes because it does not look like shutdown at all. The third pattern is the sudden exhaustion. Your body collapses in tiredness right in the middle of conflict. You become physically unable to keep engaging. This is your nervous system shutting down to protect you from emotional overload. You learn this in a home where you had to make yourself smaller to survive. Your body learned, if I disappear physically, maybe I can disappear from the pain. And pattern 4 looks like cooperation, but it is actually surrender. The yes to everything is the fourth pattern. You agree with everything just to make the conflict stop, even when you do not agree. You learn this in a home where disagreeing was dangerous. Submission was survival. You learn, if I agree fast enough, the pressure will end. But here is what you missed. Saying yes when you mean no is not peace. It is silent resentment building over years. The shift. For me, everything changed when I understood one thing. My silence in arguments was never about my wife. It was about the child in me who learned that silence was safer than speaking. When that child took over, I disappeared. But when I learned to stay present with that child, I learned to stay present with my wife. That is when the silence broke because I finally understood. The danger I was protecting myself from had passed years ago. I was a grown man reacting to a home I left long ago. Once I saw that, I could not unsee it. I could finally begin to choose differently. Let me show you the 3 steps that helped me get there. Three steps. Step one, name the pattern in the moment. The next time you feel yourself shutting down, pause and say out loud, I notice I am shutting down. That single sentence spoken in the middle of conflict does something remarkable. It moves the pattern from unconscious mode to the conscious mode. For me, saying those exact words turned the tide because my wife stopped seeing my silence as rejection and started seeing it as the wound it actually was. Step two, tell your partner what you need, not what they did wrong, what you need. Try this exact sentence. I need 20 minutes to settle my nervous system. I'm not leaving the conversation. I'll be back. Please ensure you come back to finish what you started. Okay, when you communicate that, you stop being abandoning. You start being honest, and your partner stops chasing because they know you're coming back. Step three changed everything for me. Step three, reprogram the child who learned this. The shutdown pattern lives in your body because somewhere in childhood, you needed it to survive. That child still lives inside you. And when conflict starts in your adult life, that child takes over. Your work is to gently let that child know the danger has passed. You can now stay. You can speak now. You are safe. For me, the safety I needed went deeper than therapy, I must tell you the truth. I needed a safety that did not change. I was not dependent on my wife being patient with me or even my circumstances staying calm. I found it in something I read my whole life, but never understood it until I needed it the most. Psalm 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. Two kinds of silence. The one I learned as a child came from feeling unsafe. The stillness I learned from this verse comes from being known. The first silence was engineered by survival. The second by trusting in Elroy, the God who sees me. Both reactions look quiet from the outside, but one is survival, the other is freedom. When you know you are seen by Elroy, who never looks away, you stop needing silence to protect yourself. You can finally stay because he is always with you. This awareness changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you. I want to speak to someone watching this right now. You have spent years wondering why conflict feels impossible for you, why your partner says you are unreachable, why you go quiet exactly when they need you to stay. You're not broken, cold, or difficult. You are someone who learned silence in a home where the people raising you carried wounds that they themselves did not know how to heal. This is not their failure. This is the inheritance you both carry. Hurting people hurt others, but the inheritance does not have to continue. Research shows breaking one generational pattern reduces it in the next generation by 75%. That means your healing is not just for your marriage, but it is for your children and for the people around you. Your stillness becomes their stillness. Your presence becomes their presence. What started in you ends in you. Which of these four patterns describe you the most? Drop a number in the comment below. Subscribe for a new video 8 p.m. every Thursday. If this teaching helped you, I have created an entire series called Breaking the Cycle. All parts are linked in the description. Each one stands alone. Each one goes deeper. The cycle ends with you. The legacy begins with you. I am Samuel Abraham. I will see you next Thursday.